Glad you're with us here on the Pirate Sports Network. I'm Jeff Cunningham alongside head football coach Connell Maynor. Pirates coming off their season opening 35-20 win over Kentucky State this past Saturday. We've got Richmond coming up this Saturday, 12 o'clock kickoff at Armstrong Stadium. Coverage here on the Pirate Sports Network will start at 11:30. We'll get to Richmond soon, Coach, but first take a look back at Kentucky State. 35 points on the board, not bad for your first game for your quarterback.
Yeah, not bad. We'll take the 35 points. We think we left some points out there. We threw 3 interceptions and got some plays called back with some penalties. So we got to do a better job in the penalty game and just being disciplined, doing the little things, and hopefully we can put up some more points.
5 touchdown passes for Dave Watford in his Pirates debut, 4 of those going to T.J. Mixon. How have they established such good chemistry so soon?
Well, I know it's early in the season, but Dave got here in the fall, and in the spring. And so he's been working with those guys out there, one-on-ones and 7-on-7s, trying to get that chemistry down and that timing down. And then ever since camp. So I just thought they clicked very well, and they was on the same page. And TJ had a couple other catches that got called back because of penalties. So they really did have a nice night in their chemistry, and they just connected. Hopefully, it would continue today or this week in the Richmond game. And then we have some other receivers too, also that I think Dave got some good timing going with. One of those guys will step up.
You mentioned the other receivers. Rashawn Proctor had 5 catches for 77 yards against Kentucky State. Dwayne Garrett caught a screen pass for the other touchdown pass on Saturday. TJ gets all the headlines. First team All-MEAC last season, preseason first team this year. But the fact of the matter is, wide receiver is one of your deepest positions.
It really is. I think we're probably about 7-8 deep at wide receiver. And, we could play any of those guys. We did it last week, man. We were subbing those guys. I think TJ played 27 plays, and Ray played like 27 plays, and Proctor played like 27 plays, and Leon played like 27 plays. So, we just rotate them in there. When those guys can produce and make plays, we don't, and they deserve to play, we play them. And it just happened to be TJ and Dave kept connecting all night. But, all those guys played about the same amount of reps.
Take me through the third quarter. You get out to that huge lead to start the first half. You're up 21-0. Then at the end of the second quarter, into the third quarter, Kentucky State rattles off 17 unanswered points. Next thing you know, it's a one-possession game. How did the team respond to that? Not necessarily on the field. We saw them score on the next drive, but what was the mentality?
I thought the mentality was pretty good. We didn't start pointing the finger, start arguing, getting all upset. We knew we had to come out and play better, stop making the mistakes that we was making, both offensively and defensively, because not only offensively was we making mistakes, but defensively we were making mistakes. That's why they was able to score. So I think guys was trying too hard there for a couple of series, and they needed to just do your job, and then we had guys trying to do their job and somebody else's job, and then bad things happen. So the guys settled down, and, I like the fact that, they did make a run, and, our guys was poised enough to take back control of the football game and make plays down the stretch. So it showed me a lot about our guys.
Moving on to this week, the 12 o'clock kickoff against Richmond. Richmond coming off a 21 loss to Maryland last week, ranked number 22 in both FCS polls. But if I remember correctly, last time you played a ranked team, you won. Does that give the team confidence coming into this week?
Well, it just lets us know that it don't matter if the team is ranked or not. We have to be prepared. We have to respect all and fear none. And, they put their pants on just like we do. So, you just got to be ready to play football and play hard for 60 minutes. And at the end of the day, you look up at the scoreboard and see where it's at. But, they got a good program, and they had a good program for a long time. And they're a playoff team every year. And so we know what type fight and battle it's going to be this week.
What do you think will be the keys to this year's matchup, and how will this year's game be different from last year's?
Well, I think it'll be turnovers. They didn't turn the ball over at all against Maryland, and we turned the ball over 3 times. So We need to take care of the football. They got a good football team, and we definitely can't give them short fields and give them turnovers, give them extra possessions, give them momentum. We need to be doing that. We need to cause the turnovers, and then we need to take advantage of them and get them in the end zone and the red zones when we get opportunities.
Got a lot of pressure on the quarterback in last week's game against Kentucky State. Are you looking for more of the same this week?
I am. I thought the guys had a great camp. The defensive line led by Miles Grooms, and I thought they came out Saturday and showed exactly what they've been working on, how good they've been playing. They played tremendously Saturday night, got a lot of pressure. And we look for those guys to do that all year long. That's going to make the linebackers better. It's going to make the secondary guys better. So those guys can continue to get pressure on the quarterback. It's going to make life a little bit easier for our defense.
Finish this sentence for me. If the Pirates do blank on Saturday, they'll beat Richmond.
If the Pirates don't turn the ball over and tackle well, we'll beat Richmond.
That's head coach Connell Maynor gearing up for this Saturday's contest against Richmond at 12 o'clock on Armstrong Stadium right here on the Pirate Sports Network. Welcome back to the Pirate Sports Network as we get you set for the Pirates' second game of the 2015 season this Saturday at Armstrong Stadium against Richmond at 12 p.m. I'm Jeff Cunningham, joined now by Pirates wide receiver T.J. Mixon, the reigning MEAC Offensive Player of the Week after a 7-catch, 135-yard, 4-touchdown performance against Kentucky State in the season opener. T.J., what worked for you on Saturday?
Just the concepts of the offensive play calling. It wasn't nothing like get TJ the ball or this play is designed for TJ. It was just how the offensive play was set up, and I guess against their zone it worked perfectly, and Dave made his reads and got me the ball.
Take me through the second half specifically, because Kentucky State scored 17 unanswered points, made it a one-possession game. Then you score on that very next drive, and then the big play in the fourth quarter, that 55-yard strike that gave you the lead for good.
Yes, we came out kind of dry in the second half. I guess some of our guys just kind of laxed because we had a big lead in the first half. But second, offensively, we just want to continue putting points on the board. And coach play calling, I was in a position to make plays. So I guess we just try to take it from there and kill it with a hand grenade.
The way the team responded when Kentucky State made it a 4-point game, is that the difference between last year and this year?
Exactly. That's the big difference. Last year, sadly to say, but Kentucky State may have won that game. But this year, our guys know how to persevere, play throughout adversity and finish the game.
Got a lot of hype coming into the season. You were first team All-MEAC last year, preseason first team this year. Does that motivate you? Does that distract you? Or what's your mindset when you have all these accolades pointed your way?
Just like Coach Taylor tell me to stay focused. Like you said, that was last year. So if I don't achieve those goals farther than I did last year, I'm not successful. So my goal is to do 2 times as what I did last year.
It's pretty clear, even through one game, that you have a good rapport with quarterback Dave Watford. How is it you've been able to click so successfully so soon?
When Dave first got here this spring, we worked every day through spring ball. Neither of us went anywhere this summer. We were here. I probably went home 2 days this summer. So we'll work hard every day, go to Buckrow Beach, throw, work out. Before I go to work, I'm out here throwing with Dave. After work, we do 7-on-7. So the connections really go well with myself and Dave, and when Dave and all our receivers that were here. So it's kind of good that this happened this week. I feel like I have an X on my back this week, so I guess it'll open it up for more receivers.
I understand you were a quarterback in high school.
Yes, sir.
At West Charlotte. How does that experience help you as a wide receiver?
As far as going reading zones, it's easy for me to pick up on offense. If coach want to put in different concepts through the week, it's easy for me to throw in. One day I want to be offensive coordinator, so it's easy for me to catch on with different plays and how to read different defenses.
Wide receiver is one of the deepest positions on this team. Does that help you do your job?
Exactly. We have a lot of competition at the wide receiver position, so we compete every day. You never know who's going to shine that week. One day it can be me, it could be Ray the next week, Leon Shorter, Saquon Gooden, Rashawn Proctor, Chase Powell. the list can keep going on and on. So, like I said earlier, it's kind of hard to focus on one receiver because we're so deep at wide receiver.
Fast forward now to Richmond this week. You played them last year. What should be the biggest difference between last year's game and this year's game?
Well, I personally didn't get to play against them, but as I saw from last year, we're a different team. We're a different team. Well, we're going with a right mind. Respect all, fear none. We know they're a great playoff team, so we're going to go in and play them like we're a great playoff team, in which we know we can be. So we just want to go in and compete. We know we're not going to back down from anybody. So we're going to make tackles, make the throws, and take what they give us and try to win the game.
Just 5 home games this season, but you open the year with back-to-back games at Armstrong Stadium. What's the mindset when you play at home as opposed to going on the road?
Mindset at home, you just want to give your fans and your school the opportunity to see what you've really been doing all summer. It's easy to talk about, oh, I'm a football player, or oh, we're good, we're this. But once we get out and see our fans, we can really show them what we've really been doing and make them proud. Dr. Harvey, all the staff and employees have been putting a lot of time and effort with us. So we just want to go out and show them what we can do.
We'll close now with the same question I asked Coach Maynor. It's really a fill-in-the-blank kind of question. If the Pirates do blank on Saturday, they'll win.
If the Pirates have 0 penalties on offense and 0 penalties on defense, they'll win.
It's Pirates wide receiver T.J. Mixon, the reigning MEAC Offensive Player of the Week, as the Pirates gear up for this Saturday's game against University of Richmond. Kickoff is at 12 o'clock at Armstrong Stadium. You can tune in on the Pirate Sports Network starting at 11:30. For the Pirate Sports Network, I'm Jeff Cunningham.